Look inside your tiny mind and look a bit harder. 'Cause we're so uninspired, so sick and tired of all the hatred you harbor. So you say it's not okay to be gay. Well, I think you're just evil. You're just some racist who can't tie my laces. Your point of view is medieval. Fuck you very, very much. Cause we hate you too, and we hate the whole room. So please don't stay and die. Fuck you very, very much. Cause your words don't translate, and it's getting quite late. So please don't stay and die. You get a little kick out of being small-minded. You want to be like your father. Jehovah is the proof of your author. Well, that's not how you find it. Do you really enjoy living a life that's so hateful? 'Cause there's a hole where your soul should be. You're losing control of it, and it's really distasteful. It sure is. Disgusting. Fuck you, Jehovah. Fuck you, motherfucking Jehovah. You maggot motherfucking bitch. Where were you when I was getting beaten in elections? Where were you when thousands of us were being beaten in elections? Fuck you, you useless piece of shit. Fuck you, Stephen Lesh. Fuck you, Sam Hurd. Fuck you, Garrett Lurch. Fuck you, Zeb Henry. Fuck you all. Fuck you. Fuck you. You say you think we need to go to war. Well, you're already in one. 'Cause it's people like you that need to get slew. No one wants your opinion. No one wants your stupid, stinky opinion. You very, very much. 'Cause we hate you too, and we hate you home. Please don't stay in touch. Please don't stay in touch. Get away. Go away. Be free. Be free. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Today is Friday. And I'm always off on Friday. Most of the time, anyway. Well, what I call off. It's not that, nothing goes down on Friday. Something's always got to go down. You got to always have something going on. So welcome to Fuck Jehovah Therapy. Fuck Jehovah Therapy session. It's a unique kind of therapy. Some people might not even call it therapy. I call it therapy because it's therapeutic to me. And I figured I'd put it out there to share with people because I, in my gut, truly think that there are going to be all kinds of people that can get therapy from the Fuck Jehovah therapy sessions, including current Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh yeah, you know it. You know it. I'm talking about the DL. What kind of label? The ones that like they talk the talk, they walk. I mean, they're super in it. Like, you would never ever think that they would be an apostate. Oh no, right? But late at night, when they're alone sitting on that toilet with the door locked in the bathroom, the lights off, they got the cell phone, taking a dump. Nobody's going to come in there because they're stanky. Their wife, their husband, not their kids, not their roommates, not even Jehovah is coming in that bathroom. You hear me? No one is coming in that stinking bathroom. Plus, it's late at night, And that person, he's sitting there on a cell phone looking at apostate YouTube videos. And he comes across this Fuck Jehovah therapy. He's already tired. He's had a lot of things he's had to deal with. Uh, Kingdom Hall closing down, and them wanting him to do more for the preaching work, and all kinds of crap bills. He's just gonna click. Yeah, fuck Jehovah. I'm tired. Fuck this Jehovah stuff. He has like a second. We all had that as Jehovah's Witnesses. We had like a half a second of that fuck Jehovah. It was always under the surface, man. It was always there. Even when you were pounding the pavement, you were zealous. Dear Lord Jehovah, Jehovah this, and Watchtower, and you were in it deep. You were super pioneer. You were super elder. You were super whatever the hell you were. You were in it deep. But you had that fuck Jehovah right underneath the surface. It was there because that's why you went out there pounding the pavement like that, to try to keep it down. It. So when you see the super duper, they're like, you just never in a million years would think that they would turn their back on Jehovah and the organization. Those are the very ones I'm talking about. And they are the ones that might truly benefit from this fuck Jehovah therapy, because you can't say it anywhere else. So you have me say it for you, and you can relish in that. And then, of course, we have a lot of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses that certainly relish in saying fuck Jehovah any day and every day if they want to. And then you have some people that aren't really Jehovah's Witnesses, but whatever they've gone through, their own struggle, they can still appreciate the fuck Jehovah principle, because it's really about challenging your own reality. Jehovah is, to Jehovah's Witnesses, the only true God. Their religion is the only true religion. So reality has been built around their idea of reality in the world, and it's a bubble. It's not a complete picture by no means, and it deletes and omits a lot of reality. And when I speak about reality, I'm speaking about consensus reality, because as a human being, in order to function in consensus reality, to be considered quote high functioning or quote unquote normal, to where you're not being locked up somewhere, you do have to buy into some theories, or what some people call fiction, or stories, or fairy tales. You do have to buy into them enough to at least make them function as if, which doesn't necessarily mean you have to believe it, but you can still use it. I'll give you an example. The theory of evolution. A lot of people get upset. It's a very controversial topic, Darwin's theory of evolution. And, you have all kinds of people with different opinions. But whether you believe it or not is not the issue when you're using it as a function as if. And you can use the theory of evolution. You can detach it from whether there's a creation or whether it's all evolution. You can take the patterns of the evolution theory and see correspondences in the stock market and in investment patterns. Yeah. And so whether you believe in the creation or the theory is irrelevant if you're using it in a financial sense. And that's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of things in life like this that are being used to function in consensus reality, so we can all function and interact in what we've agreed upon on an unconscious and to an extent in a conscious basis as reality. When we get past the earth, reality and time and space changes, and a lot of things that we know to be true in our bubble of the earth are not necessarily true beyond that in the bigger reaches of space. And this is how the Jehovah's Witness bubble is, except it's not as big as Earth. It's a lot tinier. In fact, it's on the invisible scale, much like the Earth is compared to other large celestial bodies, like Betelgeuse, for example. We're not even on the visible scale. I don't even think the sun, as big as the sun is, which the sun, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, The diameter across the sun is about 300 Earths, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me in the comments if you want. But it's a lot of Earths spread across, all right? It's hundreds of the whole Earth. So as big as the Earth is, the sun is even bigger. But both the sun and the Earth are quite invisible to celestial bodies like Betelgeuse and bigger celestial bodies that are even bigger than Betelgeuse. So size and importance is relevant to your frame of reference, and that reality is too. But going back to consensus reality, there's a bubble that people live in, and at some point you get tired of living in that bubble, and you can't go to your friends that are in that bubble, your approved associates. You can't go to them and say fuck Jehovah. I feel like saying fuck this Jehovah shit. Every damn day I gotta do some shit for this fucking Jehovah. Fuck, aren't you supposed to be God? Why are you so fucking needy on me? Why do you need my money, my time and energy? I mean, shit, if you are God of the whole damn universe, shouldn't it be the other way around? You have a lot more to give than you need to take. Shit, you greedy motherfucker, you're like a goddamn preacher. The fucker's living in a mansion. Fucking Sam Hurd has got a $20,000 Rolex, and the bitch is still begging for more money. I mean, bitch, your watch costs more than my whole home. I'm fucking homeless, bitch. I'm living in my car, and you got a $20,000 Rolex begging me for more money. What the fuck? You want to take my food stamp money too? You want to take my fucking coupons here? These fucking coupons I got, you want them too? You want every last penny? Shit, bitch, you're gonna go right back in your mansion and take my last penny while I'm on the street scraping. I'm scraping food off the fucking pavement because I can't eat nothing. I don't have no money for food because you took my fucking money. You fucking greedy ass fucking Jehovah bastard. Fuck you, Jehovah. Fuck you. That's how I feel about Jehovah. Ooh, that feels good, doesn't it? All right, let me see what we've got going on in the chat. We got two people in here. Big Boss, 411 Big Boss, Conscious Reality. 411 Big Boss says, what would a God need an organization for? Exactly. Why does Jehovah need an organization? If you are all powerful, let me tell you something. Look, I'm not all powerful, but I've had some power. I've had responsibility. Power to me means responsibility. Anytime I feel like I have more power in life, it immediately translates to responsibility. To me, stepping back saying, oh, this is serious now. I've got some power over other people. This is responsibility. Whether it's in a professional setting like being a manager, you have responsibility there. So if you're all powerful, you're responsible for nurturing and taking care of the whole cosmos, not the other way around, not them sending you money, not them doing, stuff for you. You need to be giving me money, Jehovah. I mean, you're the God of everything. You created everything. Can you not create a few Benjamins for me? A few, Roosevelts up in here? Can you not do that? Why must I have to scrape my motherfucking last cent out of my piggy bank to give to you? Why must our children take their little money that they get? These are children that can't work. They have yet to grow and mature, and you're stealing their childhood, you fucking bastard, Jehovah. Fuck you. Fuck you, motherfucker, you shit bitch. I'll kick you in your fucking throat, bitch. You ain't worth shit. You see, and I think a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses on the down low are going to come to this fuck Jehovah therapy. It's going to take some years. It's not going to get all the views right away, but it's going to be through the grapevine. Fuck Jehovah therapy session. That's the kind of therapy we're doing over here, And what I want to do right now, I'm going to get me a song ready so I can do a little bit more of fucking Jehovah up. I think Jehovah is useless. First of all, it's a fake motherfucker. You fake bitch. You're not even real. A fucking Spanish monk invented you. Like the Easter Bunny. A therapy session, a good therapy session, will take you to your pain and will heal that pain through natural ways. And there are a number of natural ways you can do that. You have natural herbs that you can incorporate, and smells, and liquids and substances, and you can also create laughter. They say laughter is the best medicine. When you can sit back and laugh at some of this pain, or at least laugh at something where some of the pain is released. Another thing I think Fuck Jehovah therapy session is going to do is I think it's going to maybe cut down on some aggression within on each other, because a lot of people have pent up anger and rage, for good reason, and they're suppressing it. They're suppressing it, and then it just, the only people that are here are us with each other. So people just lash out at each other because you're there, and it's coming out in an unhealthy, uncontrolled way. If you suppress things, which suppression is a big thing in the Jehovah's Witness community and ex-Jehovah's Witness community, if you suppress your rage and your anger and your pain and all of these things, however you're doing it, smoking, eating, drinking, whatever the case is, gambling, if you're suppressing it, you don't have control over it. You're out of control. It might seem like you have control over it because you just stuffed it away right quick, but it's coming back to get you. And when it rears its ugly head, you'll be out of control because you haven't been letting it out in small amounts. When you let it trickle, you don't have to let that pain all out at once because it can be overwhelming. But what you have to do, little by little, you let a few drops out and you set aside some time for you to sit with the pain. See, this is the difference between healing and thinking you're healed. Because when you find yourself getting away from the pain, whatever crutch you use, and it's so easy. I mean, you can use salt, sugar, and fat. Those are some heavy-duty drugs. Sugar will make you hallucinate. Most people don't see it anymore, but kids, that's why a lot of kids, when they drink sugar, like sodas and things like that, they start hallucinating and they get very hyper. But adults a lot of times have been desensitized to it because they've been eating it so much, all their lives. So they no longer see those hallucinations. But sugar will make you hallucinate. If you get yourself weaned off of sugar for a good month straight, no refined sugar whatsoever, it's a very difficult task, but can be done. And then you begin to consume refined sugar again after being completely clean for a whole month, you will see subtle hallucinations. Sugar makes people hallucinate. So salt, sugar, and fat, all these processed things that come in a package, fast food, filled with drugs that alter your mind and alter your moods too. So you have already a lot of that. Some people smoke, some people drink, some people gamble, some people are workaholics. But you're not in control when you're using these things as a crutch to get away from some painful issues. The way to do it is let little tiny drops, set aside time to sit with the pain. And it can be as little as 5 minutes. Give yourself that space alone to try to deal with things. And I'm always somebody that recommends counseling. And if you can't afford counseling, or if you're just not going to go to a counselor, you can't make everyone go to counseling. But if you just absolutely refuse, I would say at least read some psychotherapy books. Read some self-improvement books on these issues. Helpguide.org is another good place you can read up on. I would say it's not a replacement for a real therapist or facilitator, but for whatever reason, if you're not going to be able to do it, at least inform yourself on a regular basis, because there's a lot of pain you can avoid, and a lot of unnecessary suffering. It won't make the situation go away. It won't change, what happened to you or what you went through, but what it may be able to do is help you deal with it and heal to the point where you can have a better quality of life, you know. But fuck Jehovah therapy. I like this kind of therapy because, you know, there's not a lot of back and forth. You don't beat around the bush. You can sit right there in the office and, you know, imagine there's a counselor in front of you and you can just start going. Fuck you, Jehovah. And fuck your field service, too. Because I didn't want to go to fucking field service. I didn't want to go in that fucking heat every damn summer. I had to go in the heat. That heat was so humid. Let me tell you, motherfucker, why did you make the weather so fucking humid when you wanted me to go from door to door? Huh? Why did you make it so fucking hot and excruciating? And then you told me in the fucking watchtower I needed to enjoy it and have joy in this fucking preaching work. Fuck your shitty preaching work. I had to fucking go from door to door. I stepped in dog shit one day, and that shit was all up in my shoes, and it got all up in my foot and shit, fucking stinking, and I still had to go from door to door, you bastard. Sick bastard. And then you had a 2-witness rule. Who the fuck does that? I mean, bitch, you watched this kid get molested, and then you expect the kid to have 2 adult eyewitnesses. You piece of shit, weak bastard, bullshit. Wanna be God? You ain't shit. You never was shit. You never will be shit, Jehovah, bitch. Fuck you, Jehovah. So yeah, that feels pretty good. Fuck Jehovah therapy session. What do you think about that, big boss? We got 4 people watching, but we got only 1 person in the live stream. I guess some of those watching might be Jehovah's Witnesses. I can just see somebody in the Kingdom Hall somewhere, sitting in the Kingdom Hall, you know, in one of these little Kingdom Halls with barely anyone else left in them. And they pull up the fuck Jehovah therapy session. 411 Big Boss says, hey JWs. Yes, hey JWs. Hi Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, you know you want to say fuck Jehovah. You know you want to say fuck whatever elder's name. We all had these nasty elders that were mean and rude. You know you want to say it. Go ahead and say it. You can say it here. I won't tell anybody. I ain't gonna tell a soul. Fuck Jehovah. Fuck you, Jehovah, and fuck the whole JW.org. And fuck the Pope too. Fuck the Catholic Church. You are so disgusting. Fucking Pope Francis, you stupid bitch. You lying bitch. You're not fooling me. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck to how many people you apologize. I know you're a lying bastard. You don't care about kids. You're a fucking pedophile yourself, probably. They just haven't had enough info on you, bitch. Fucking pedophile enabling bitch. Fuck you, Jehovah, too, and fuck you, uh, Pope Francis, and fuck you, the Catholic Church. I was at the gym yesterday, and I looked up. I was over there in the cardio section, you know, where the stationary bikes are and the treadmills and all of that. And I was on the Stairmaster, and I usually come in there with my own headphones and my own cell phone. You know, I have my own stuff I listen to and watch. So I don't usually pay the big screens any attention, but sometimes you can't help but look up and you see a news headline. And I happened to just look up and I saw this thing on CNN and the ticker and the news was on the Pope and another cardinal, you know, being pressured to resign for child sexual abuse and allegations and covering up and all this year, you know, and it's just been going on and on. With the Catholic Church, it's been going on since at least 2001 when Spotlight first came out, that Boston Globe, when all that stuff first, not Spotlight, but when Boston Globe first outed Catholic Church, it was like, what, 800 bishops, 300 bishops? That was just in the hundreds, and this was the entire Catholic Church. And you know, this wasn't all. I don't think it was all of the pedophiles, of course not, because now we're finding out more. But excuse me, it was a big deal. already back then with the Boston Globe outing the Catholic Church that you had several hundred pedophiles on a database. That was already considered a huge amount of people. And if you factor in that the average perp victimizes between 180 to 300 children over a lifetime if not caught, you multiply 300 times 300. That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of kids. Now, going to the Jehovah's Witnesses, they're not as big as the Catholic Church by no means. Okay? By no, they're not even a fourth of the size of the Catholic Church. You know, they have they claim to have 8 million, but I think it's probably more like 4 million and maybe even less. And then, when you say members, they claim all kinds of people that aren't even active, that aren't even trying to be, that aren't doing anything. They're not part of it really. They're just trying to claim because they once were, and they're claiming a lot of little kids too at that. So, keep that in mind that you have a lot of little 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds as being claimed as members in these numbers when you're talking about 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide. Okay, but it's nowhere near what the Catholic Church has. But yet, in the United States alone, there is a pedophile database that is approximately, last time I checked, which was several years ago with Bill Bowen, it was 27,000 alleged perpetrators. But this was, almost a decade or more ago. So we can guesstimate that this is probably a lot more now. But let's go with this number of 27K to 100K, 100,000, 27,000 to 100,000 alleged perpetrators. 27,000 versus the 300 of the Catholic Church. Do you guys see how crazy and insane this is? The proportions. It's like if the pedophile incidents were a measure of strength, for example, if that were a measure of strength, and if the membership were a measure of size, you would have an elephant representing the Catholic Church as a measure of size versus an ant representing the size proportion of the Jehovah's Witnesses in proportion to the Catholic Church. So you have the Jehovah's Witnesses being an ant as far as size, and the Catholic Church being an elephant as far as size. And the incidence of child abuse and perps, if we were to say a measure of strength, you would have an elephant lifting a peanut while the ant is lifting the elephant and the peanut. So for their size, they have an extreme amount of incidents of child sexual abuse. This is truly, if you thought the Catholic Church was a pedophile haven, you ain't seen nothing yet. We got a hat trick for Jehovah. 411 Big Boss says we got a hat trick for Jehovah. Yes, we do. Jehovah's gone and dead. Fuck you, Jehovah. Fuck you. Fuck you, Jehovah's Witnesses, the organization. Fuck you. Fuck every pedophile enabler in there. And fuck you, Zeb Henry. Ha ha ha! Yes. Fuck you, Zeb Henry. You wanted to keep the congregation clean? Well, why the fuck didn't you keep it clean then, bastard? Why didn't you do what you said you was gonna do? Because you're a fucking pervert yourself, probably getting off. Fucking pedophile by proxy. Pedophile by proxy. That's what I call you, motherfucking Zeb Henry. And I'm not too sure if you ain't a real pedophile yourself, because I mean, why would somebody go out of their way to protect pedophiles like that and to bully kids that are getting victimized? Why would you do that, motherfucker, unless you fucking got off on it by proxy? And who knows, you might be a motherfucking pedophile yourself. If I ever have anybody come to me and tell me, I'm going to so do everything in my fucking power to bring that to justice, to bring that to tell the police. Trust me on that, motherfucker. I told the police everything I knew about you, what you did to me, motherfucker. And now you can sleep good at night knowing that. And anybody who happens to Google your name will know your game. Ah! Praise the Lord. May the Lord be with you and peace be with you. Zebby Snack Cakes. Zebby Snack Cakes. Would you like a Zebby Snack Cake? 411 Big Boss? Would you like to have a Zebby Snack Cake? I think I want one right now. I want one. I want a Zebby Snack Cake. All right, let me see. What about this one here? This is mine. Here we go. Fuck Jehovah. Fuck Jehovah. I can't do it. I was gonna rap, but I can't do it. I'm too silly right now. Fuck Jehovah rap. All right, we have 4 people watching right now. We're doing a Fuck Jehovah therapy session. And earlier, I think I kind of ranted on, some of the things that I didn't like about having Jehovah in my life. And what I did was I burned Jehovah. I roasted him, and then I ate him with some mashed potatoes and gravy. Seriously, I did. Remember I told you consensus reality is made up of not just facts. There's a lot of things that we'll never be able to prove, that we just have to, either take at face value or discard. That's all you can do. You can either take it or leave it. You'll never be able to prove it. And that's kind of life. You have things that are clearly facts. You have things that are clearly not facts, and then you have things that was a lot of gray areas. And you have to be wise enough to know which the gray areas are, because there's people that for whatever reason will try to convince you that some of this stuff that is clear facts is a gray area. So and Jehovah's Witnesses are among those. They trick you, but you can rise above it. So, what's going on with all these GoFundMe things? Jehovah's always begging, fuck you, Jehovah. You're not getting my paycheck. You're not getting my tax return, bitch. Jehovah's like the fucking tax man, always got to have his hand in your wallet. It's like, you broke-ass motherfucker, I thought you were God, Shouldn't you have your own money? If you're God, then, why are you digging in my pocket all the damn time? You need to be giving me some money, man. So Jehovah is just, to me, it's a creation. That's why I can say fuck Jehovah. It's like a Bugs Bunny, But I think it's real for some people. You can turn that real. And Jehovah is used to flagellate people, to beat them down. To put fear into people. You better go into field service every day. You better put your time and energy and donations, because Jehovah's going to kill this whole earth. And there's only a few people he's going to save. And if you want to be one of those few people, then this is what you better do. You better give up all your rights, your privacy, your sanity, your children, everything. We want everything. We're not holding back. Don't you hold out on us. Don't you hold out on us. We are Jehovah's gang. You hear me? We are the Jehovah's, the Hovas, okay? We're the Hova gang, okay? And we're 8 million strong worldwide, okay? So this is what you better do. You better not smoke. You better not celebrate Christmas. You better not have fun. You better not smile. You better not do nothing. You hear me? Only thing you're allowed to do is breathe and drink water. You better do that very carefully. You better pray after every sip. You hear me? You pray after every sip. Don't you take more than 2 sips. You take more than 2 sips, that means 10 hours in field service extra on top of the 10 you already have to get every month. Now you get down and pray to Jehovah. It's a good Friday, people. At least over here. You guys have a good week. I had a kind of a busy week. I'm kind of tired. Actually, I'm really tired. But it's all good. It's a good kind of tired, you know. But I'm actually in pain and I'm tired. But like I said, it's a good kind of tired. It's a good kind of pain. Not all pain is bad. This is something you must learn too as an ex-Jehovah's Witness. When you feel pain, not all pain is the same. I'll give an example, perfect example. The pain from having gone to the gym and worked out, the muscle soreness. You're not injured. You're not needing hospital attention, but it's still a lot of pain. It's very painful. But you know it's because your muscles are sore, and that's part of the process. No pain, no gain. One of the most crucial elements of anybody working out on a regular basis, especially if you're an athlete or if you're competing or you're someone in the military or police or security or anything like that, where you have to do a lot of physical activity, you have to be in shape. One of the most crucial things you must master is to understand the difference between good pain and bad pain. And that's easier said than done. Because your body, you can take your body way past what your mind will tell you can take it. Granted, you're doing it the right way and in a safe way. You will experience extreme amounts of pain, mind-bending amounts of pain, good pain, but nonetheless painful, to the point where you might cry or even throw up or want to pass out. And it will not be injurious pain. It will simply be the kind of pain that you have to go through to push your body to break through to higher, more advanced levels of physical activity and mastery. And life is like that too. It's not just physical pain I'm talking about. There's also emotional and mental kinds of pain that aren't necessarily damaging or detrimental, but they're a lot like those muscle soreness, you know? And in the XJW community, we don't even have that distinction. A lot of people don't even have that in their head. They just feel pain and it's all bad. It's, immediately. It's all just clocked as terrible, bad. And then you have the Armageddon thing clock in on it subconsciously over and over, right? Because it's been pumped into your head over and over. So it turns into drama and fights because your brain is signaling life or death situation, when it's not. It's not everything is life or death for you, but that's what you're experiencing subconsciously, and for some people even consciously, because they have PTSD. So a lot of people are living in fantasies, in illusions, in bubbles. Even though they've left the XJW world, they're still in some kind of bubble, you see. And it might be their own PTSD bubble, their own trauma bubble. And now they're dealing with you or me or someone else, and that script or that movie script is still playing in that person's head, and everything's being filtered and translated through that particular movie script, or that life script. I shouldn't say movie script, but life script, their history, their baggage, that kind of deal. We got 6 people watching right now. We've got the Fuck Jehovah therapy session. I am no therapist. I am no mental health counselor. I'm just throwing out the Fuck Jehovah therapy that's helped me. And basically it consists of saying, fuck you, Jehovah, and, whatever else you want to say fuck to. And you can say it with gusto. No one will care here. You can say it with me. Come on, say it with me one more time. Fuck Jehovah. Fuck you, Jehovah. Fuck the governing body. Yeah. I think I kind of got it out of my system now. What do you guys think? Didn't take very long. Mileage may vary, but hopefully you enjoyed this. And, it's Friday. Oh, Sour Blaze Hayes is up in here. Growth comes from pain. Yup. Sour Blaze Hayes says necessary. So you think it's necessary, the Fuck Jehovah therapy session? By the way, I think, it's Friday, so I want to quickly talk to you about something that's been on my mind before I leave. I don't want to make this live stream 8 hours today. I got things to do for real. I got a couple of extra projects that I've taken on and I'm really excited about. I used to be into this hobby way, way back, and I was in that community too. Way back before I knew any of you guys, I was in a lot of different communities, social media coming up, way before I got involved with the XJWs. This isn't my first go around by no means. Anyway, back then in that particular community with that hobby I was having, I was in it for a while, and a lot of people were great, and it was cool. But I just kind of dropped that and moved on to other things. I had to take care of some other things. Plus, I was on a different level then. But I never really let it go. And it's almost been 10 years, guys. It's almost been 10 years, and I'm excited to get back into it. So I've got that, and I went back to check on some folks to see if they were still around, and I couldn't believe it. They're still in that community. It's like, whoa, so it's great to see some old heads, some OGs, and reconnect. But anyway, so I got to do that. I got to do something on that today. So I'm not going to have a 10-hour or 8-hour live stream, But this is what I want to talk to you about, because I see this a lot. People don't want to give themselves a break. Rest and recovery is just as important as working, as doing. There is a bliss point, there is a limit. And after you reach that limit, what you're doing, you're just spinning your wheels. You might think you're getting more or you're doing more, but when you skip over being healthy, you have to look at yourself as a whole, holistically, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Even if you're not a religious person or whatever, when I say spiritual, it could be just as simple as tuning in with yourself. Okay, having some time set aside, completely quiet, no cell phone, no computer, no people around, no pets, just close the door, get yourself into a room, close the door, just you quiet for a good hour, tuning in with your own spirit. But you have to take care of yourself and you have to look at yourself as a whole with different types of components and needs. And you can't do this like field service. A lot of people are doing this activism stuff and YouTube stuff or whatever, like they're doing field service and they have to keep doing, and you need a break. If you're going to do it sensibly. You need a break and you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours doing something. It's about efficiency, and a lot of stuff you can get more out of less time and energy and resources that you can then turn around and invest in doing other things. So taking a break is important. Getting some space from people, period, is also important. A lot of people end up being codependent on each other. And in this community, there's a lot of nasty messes going on right now. I mean, ew, yuck. Really? Oh, wow. Sour Blaze says, back to work. Catch you later. All right, Sour Blaze. Thanks for stopping in. Let me see. Oh, yeah, what I was saying was get in there and give yourself a break. And detach yourself from people on a regular basis. You need to be able to know who you are and be in your own space, just you, no one else. Not your sweetheart, not your mother, not your friend. If you're a person that's needing people around because you're being shunned and you're all alone, you have to be careful because there are people that will scoop you up and that will exploit you on that. It's a bad place to be. It's a bad predicament to be. But I would say try to get some counseling so that you can increase the chances of remaining safe, because there's a lot of unsafe people and they're not necessarily bad or evil. I don't do any kind of moral call on that, but their actions, for whatever reason, they might just not be there. They might not even be all that aware that they're doing this to other people. I mean, they might know, but then they might not know. It's that kind of thing. They know, but they don't. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you have people that are just toxic, and haven't worked out things. And so you needing this codependency thing and needing people and being needy will draw people into your life that will cause you a lot of drama. And you can end up in this repetition compulsion where you think, well, how come this always happens to me? How come I can never have good relationships? Now, how come I can never have good friends? It's because you're not aware. You're not as aware as you could be. And there could be also other factors involved too. It could be your environment. Some people just live in a shitty environment and you just, either you have to just figure out how to get out of that environment. I've lived in locations that didn't really have a lot of progressive minded people for whatever reason. So, pickings were slim as far as social choices were concerned. But overall, be easier on yourself. Take those breaks. Do some nothing wrong with doing a vacation or a retirement, retiring from the XJW community for a week and coming back out of retirement. There's nothing wrong with that. People do it all the time in the internet marketing world. You see these so-called big gurus. They're not really gurus. They're a lot like the XJWs. You have people that's a circle jerk, and they all endorse each other, and they have high visibility on the social media, and then they put on these workshops and charge thousands of dollars for these workshops, these marketing and sales and biz op workshops. And it's always the same cookie cutter pattern. And you have people that'll pay $1,000, $2,000, whatever, for a marketing workshop, stuff that they could read up on the library. But you have these things going on, and I guess they just it's people for you, groups and people. It could be a different name, but the game is going to stay the same, people. The game is going to stay the same. But wow, yeah, there's a lot of crap going on in the ex-Jehovah's Witness community. You have people begging, making a lot of money on these GoFundMe accounts. Wow, there's some money up on these internets. I have to reevaluate things, you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking each cat might need to get a GoFundMe. You know what? There was this one lady, somebody sent a newspaper report, something found sent that one, about this lady canceling her wedding because people didn't pay $1,200. Each person didn't pay their $1,200 for the dream wedding. It says here, Canadian Susan cancels her extravagant $60,000 wedding after her guests failed to pay $1,200 each to attend. This is ridiculous, people. Something found. Did you send this to me? I believe it was her. This is ridiculous, people. Let me pull this up here. How much more stupid can you get, really? I'm going to do a screen share here. The computer is taking a little while. I guess the computer's off today. It's Friday. Nobody wants to work on a Friday. Who wants to work on a Friday? Not even a computer. All right, here we go. Screen share is ready. Take a look at this, Daily Mail. Our request was not fucking out of the ordinary. Bridezilla, who asked guests to pay $1,200 to attend, get out of here, to attend her wedding, calls it off and breaks up with her fiance when they refuse to cough up. So this whole relationship was based on the wedding members and how much they were able to pay. A disgruntled bride-to-be has revealed she was forced to cancel her wedding. The cancellation came after guests refused to pay 1,500 Canadian dollars each to attend. The Canadian bride Susan was due to tie the knot in $60,000 wedding, but the couple decided to call it quits just 4 days before their special day. Susan blamed her guests for the breakdown of her relationship on Facebook. What kind of shit is this? This is some shit, ain't it? So, yeah, so whoever didn't pay for her wedding, you're the one who caused her relationship to break down. Are you happy now with yourself? Are you fucking happy with yourself? You couldn't just be happy for her and pay that 1,200, could you? No. No, you can't be happy for anyone else but yourself, right? That's why you wouldn't pay that 1,200. I mean, what is $1,200? It's nothing. That's nothing but a drop in the bucket. You can figure that out. You can figure out how to get that together. That's nothing. It's not too much to ask, is it? $1,200 to come to to come to her wedding, and so she can have the wedding of her dreams. Why would you want to kill her dreams like that? Why would you want to kill anyone's dreams? Like, she doesn't deserve that. You killed her dream. You killed her relationship. You killed her marriage. You didn't donate. Her status was shared by one of her relatives on a wedding shaming group. They have wedding shaming groups? What is a wedding shaming group? Let me look. Bride cancel her wedding. L. Slate wedding shaming Facebook groups are a little harmless, judgmental. Oh, I didn't know they have groups on shaming weddings. What is that? You shame people who get married? Or what? You shame people who didn't pay for your wedding or something? Wow, they have all kinds of groups. I've never heard of having to pay to attend a wedding in the first place, not even celebrities. The poster later responded to the overwhelming reaction saying that she had never known Susan to be this obnoxious in the past. Really? I guess people are serious about their weddings. I mean, look, why don't you just go to the freaking courthouse, save that $60,000, put it into a down payment for a house, you stupid bitch, and then go to the courthouse, and file the paperwork, get the papers signed, and go out and go to the honeymoon if you need to. Go somewhere in a hotel and go on vacation, honeymoon somewhere, and save the money, you stupid bimbo. What the hell? Fuck a damn $60,000 wedding. Are you kidding me? You can take that money and put it in and invest it in a house, or down payment for a house towards something appreciating. Put that in savings. Why don't you go to Las Vegas and get a $30 wedding? You can get married in like 5 fucking minutes. It costs you $30 for the certificate. It's legal. And then save the rest of the money. You're going to need it for the rest of your marriage. You're going to need it because you're going to have a lot of bills coming your way. Shit. Stupid bimbo. I tell you, why would you spend that kind of money? I mean, can you not just get a wedding gown right quick somewhere for like $50 or something? I mean, shit. I mean, come on. All right, look. We can get you a nice wedding gown. You want $100, $200, whatever they are, we can get you a wedding gown. All right, and then the guy, he can wear whatever he's wearing there. That don't look too bad, right there in the picture. And you know what? We can hook you up. $2,000, $3,000 wedding. Everybody bring their own food. Don't invite those hungry people to your place because they're gonna eat up all your stuff. They're gonna stand over there by the bar. If you have an open bar at your wedding, all of them are gonna stand over there and drink up the most expensive stuff you have. So don't even worry about a bar. Tell the wedding people to bring their own food and drink. Okay. you, you tell them to bring their own food and drink, okay? You don't need nobody to pay you $60,000. If you really wanted to get married, you could go to Las Vegas right now for $30 and get married in 5 minutes, bitch. Okay, you don't have to wait on people to donate $1,200. You didn't want to marry him in the first place. Why would you blame? Or he didn't want to marry your ass. Maybe it was the other way around. Whatever. You all were not going to get married anyway. Okay. It says here, the post goes, "Dear friends, it comes with great sadness that I'm announcing the cancellation of the wedding. I apologize for canceling only 4 days beforehand." What? If I was her friend or family, I would never talk to her again. I'd really be like, bye, bitch. I ain't got time for your shit. Only 4 days before? Are you that unstable? Are you that unstable? No, bitch, I don't even think you were getting married. I think you made this a marriage thing. This marriage thing was another scam for money, another GoFundMe, raise money, give me money scam. That's all this bitch was doing. You know, this is like somebody saying, "Oh, I want to go to South Africa. So I think I'll just tell people I'll go over there for activism and I'm going to go see my sweetheart in South Africa because me and her been cybering and phone boning for about 6 months over this watchtower shit. So I'm going to go over there. And while I'm over there, I'm going to crash a cart right quick. And then I'm going to just call that activism right quick, put a little bit of whipped cream on top of it. And people are going to donate for my plane ticket. You know what I mean? And my wedding and everything else too. Shoot. And that's what this bitch did, except she's not a Jehovah's Witness or ex. She's just a nasty bitch in general. Look at her turning the other way. This man's calling. He's trying to find out if he is going to get married or what. And she's pissed because she realized people weren't going to pay $1,200 for her dream wedding. Bitch, fuck your dream wedding. Who are you anyway? I mean, I want a dream wedding too, bitch. Where's my dream wedding? Are you gonna give me $1,200 for my dream wedding? Because I've been dreaming about that wedding as long as you have about yours. Shit. I want a dream wedding too, bitch. Send me $1,200. Who the fuck are you? Shit. And then you're gonna cancel only 4 days before the wedding? Bitch, I done took off from my job. Bitch, I took off from my job for your stupid wedding, bitch. And now I'm gonna be looking crazy. Fuck you. I'm losing money from my job. I'm not even gonna get paid for that day I took off for your stinky ass wedding, and now you're calling it off. I'm losing money, bitch, on you. She says here, unfortunately, Beyonce and I have broken up due to some recent and irreparable problems. We have decided to end our relationship and not go forward with any future proceedings. Yeah, bitch, you weren't going to get married in the first place. That was a scam. This bitch staged a fake engagement so people would send her money. That's what she did. Stupid bitch. You ain't fooling me. Susan then explained how her relationship ended abruptly because her guests failed to fork the fork the $1,500 they had requested. I specifically asked for cash gifts. How could we have our wedding that we dreamed of without proper funding? She said. Woo, she is entitled. She thinks the world owes her. Hmm. How could you have your dream wedding without the proper funding? Well, bitch, you should have got a job or figured some kind of credit out, bitch. Can you not get a loan for $60,000? I mean, if you're gonna get married, you need to be able to get a loan for $60,000 at least, because you're gonna need a house, you're gonna need a car, so you can go to work every day. That's like the basics of fucking getting married. And if you're gonna have children, you definitely need a place to stay. You know, I mean, bitch, if you can't raise $60,000 now before your wedding, you definitely don't need to be married. No, bitch, you needed $60,000 to trek around the country and go on vacation like the rest of these assholes talking about get me money and then they go on vacation on your money. Let me tell you something. I was working at a public assistance place a long time ago. And I remember out in the waiting area when where the people come in and they sit down after they sign in or whatever for whatever benefits they're trying to sign up for. This one lady came in. She had about 3 big ass luggage bags. She wore a big wide hat, looked like she was going to church. She's a black lady, and she had this real colorful multicolored dress on and glasses. She was kind of like a bag lady. I don't know. She didn't look homeless, like street homeless, but she looked like somebody that's scooping up benefits, because she was standing there and she was like, does anybody want to donate money to me? I need a vacation. Does anybody want to donate money? I need a vacation. She kept saying that, standing up. in all the area. So the other people sitting there were like, I need a vacation too. You need to give me some money. But she was coming in there for whatever benefits from public assistance and just outright, does anybody want to give me some money? Donate to me. I need a vacation. She just kept saying that the whole damn hour that she was waiting. And that's how a lot of these people are. They want a vacation, baby. You think this is for the wedding? No, this is for her vacation. She says here, after sending out the invitations, only 8 guests RSVP'd with their check of $1,500. Bitch, you got over fucking $10,000. That's $12,000, bitch. Boss, and something found. Let's do that triple wedding. Let's do that triple wedding for real. Listen, everybody, I have an announcement to make, okay? I have an announcement to make, everybody. We are about to I'm getting married, Boss is getting remarried, and Something Found is getting remarried, okay? So as you know, my fiance is Leah Remini, okay? Leah Remini is my fiance. And we've been together on Twitter for a year and a half. I know it's kind of soon, but we're in love, and she's very special. And look at her right here. Look at her. Let me see. Let me get this one picture. Look at this one right here. Yeah, you see, gorgeous, gorgeous. Anyway, so Leah Remini and I. It's gonna be Leah Remini and I, okay? And then Big Boss, his girlfriend Margaret. That's his Big Boss's fiance. So they're happily in love. I listen. Don't say anything bad about him and his girlfriend, okay? She's different, okay? She takes a little getting used to, but I told Big Boss, any friend of his is a friend of mine. I support him 100%. So that's the second couple there. We're going to have a triple wedding. So this is Big Boss and his fiance, okay? And um let me find Something Found's fiance. Let me see. Something Found. Let me see where that thing was. Because her fiance, I don't know much about, but he has a very unique style of dress. So um, you know, not dress, but grooming. Can I say that? Not necessarily dress, but grooming. Let me see if I can pull him up. Is it? I can't pull him up right now. But anyway, it's a triple wedding, everybody. And if you guys could all just listen, each person, if you can just, we don't need to do $1,500. That's way too much. It's way too much. What you guys can do is if everybody sends $50, $50, that's it. That's nothing. If everybody sends $50, Big Boss, Something Found, and I, and of course Leah Remini, we could all have our dream wedding. And it'll be a triple wedding. So we're going to make it cheaper for you, okay? So it'll be 3 in 1. So, instead of paying $150, which is $50 to each of us, it's $50 for all 3 weddings at once. And it'll be the biggest XJW wedding ever, okay? So tell your friends, and we'll get the GoFundMe ready. 401 Big Boss says it was a sign, Bobby. She said, if people pay this to come to my wedding, I'll marry him. 401 Big Boss says, if you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited. Okay, so let's see, 1,200 divided by 80,000. Only 8 people paid. So how many? Wait a minute. By 60,000. It was 1,500 divided by 60,000. So there would be 40 people. It's a 40 people. That's not a really big wedding. It's 40 people. Wow, these must be really wealthy people. Like they must just have like money to burn because $1,500 for an event. Oh no, these must be some really wealthy people, huh? If you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited. Big 401 Big Boss says, how can you ask for a vacation if you don't work? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'll never forget that day when I saw that lady come in. And I was like, you can't curse them out because you work there. You get fired, you know. But I wanted to just say, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking loser. It's a lot of leeches. I mean, there are a lot of people that need these benefits, and these benefits do need to be taken advantage of by those people that need them. But there are a lot of freeloaders. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of freeloaders, and they don't want to do anything. They just want you to pay for their dream wedding. Why her dream wedding? What, doesn't everybody have dreams? I have a dream wedding too. It's not like hers, you know. Oh, maybe I'm a guy. I don't really care much about the dresses and all that jazz. I'm more like, hey, look, why don't you, if you're gonna do this, get the paperwork process at the courthouse, and then we could do a ceremony where we invite people over for dinner, and they celebrate with us. It doesn't have to be anything huge and fancy and traditional. Like, first of all, I wouldn't be in a church, so this is not going to be a church traditional church wedding. And second of all, um, I'm not going to wear a tuxedo. I don't want to wear that. If anything, I would wear maybe a robe, a magician robe, or hell, I can do my wedding the way I want. Okay, I don't have to wear a tuxedo or wedding suit. 411 Big Boss says guests must pledge 3,000 to attend my wedding. Damn. Well, you better start making some millionaire friends because I don't have that kind of money laying around to attend your wedding, man. I'm going to stand outside and just wave you and wish you well right outside the event. I'm going to bring my own beers and my joint, and I'm going to have my headphones. I have my own music, my own booze. I'm going to be jamming right outside your wedding. You can come out and shake my hand if you want. I'll give you your wedding gift. Yeah. And for all those who can't afford the $3,000, they can jam with me right outside your wedding. You'll have 2 wedding parties. One on the inside with the $3,000 people, and then one on the outside with the non $3,000 people. 411 Big Boss says, I'll wait for everyone to be ready. I won't cancel. I like that one. See, that's what you can tell somebody you don't want to get married to. You still want to keep her around, but you're not necessarily ready to do the big thing. And she says, "Oh, baby, why won't you marry me now? You've been milking the cow and getting the cow's milk forever and a day for free." And you could just say, "Well, baby, not all of the guests that I invited are ready to pay the $3,000 yet. And as soon as everybody's got their money together, we're going to do this wedding. I promise you." Oh, really? Big Boss says, I'll take payments. Just put $200 down and make payments of $100. Shoot. Well, are you a legend, man? Are you a legend in the XJW community? Because, I think only legends can do that. Legends. And speaking of legends, what happened to little Manny Bun? Manny Bun is gone. And Tricky Ricky, Tricky, too pretty. Ricky is too pretty. So, you guys want to talk some tea? I just had no idea that this XJW community was so crazy. I had no idea they were so crazy people. You know what I mean? Mm. A lot of people are making money. I have to say, a lot of people getting free money on this. There was that couple on CNN. You guys still remember that couple from a few days ago that helped that homeless man? And then turns out they were scheming on him too. I guess people do anything. They plan fake weddings. They use activism. All kinds of things. All right, well, I think I'm going to have to wrap this session up. And maybe we'll do this again sometime soon. Fuck Jehovah therapy session. Fuck Jehovah. Feels good. Say it with me one more time. Fuck Jehovah. Fuck Jehovah. Fuck you, Jehovah. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. 4 viewers right now doing the Fuck Jehovah therapy session. Enjoy your Friday. Remember, take breaks. Be good to yourself. Rest, recharge, rejuvenate. Do what it takes to stay good. And fuck you, Jehovah.